All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am Sarabjit Kaur and with me is Subhadra Ramachandran. The headlines. Centre signs Kirby Anglong Peace Accord in Assam. Home Minister Amit Shah says agreement is another milestone in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of insurgency-free, prosperous Northeast. Prime Minister Modi adjudged most popular world leader with 70% approval rating. Teachers' Day being celebrated across the country. Shikshak Parv 2021 to commence today to mark the occasion. COVID vaccination coverage crosses 68 crore landmark in the country. Mumbai becomes first district to administer over 1 crore doses of corona vaccine. Night curfew and Sunday lockdown to continue in Kerala amid surge in COVID cases. Centre rushes expert team to Kerala following detection of a Nipah virus case in Kozhikode district. President Ramnath Kovind to arrive in Goa today on a 3-day visit to the state to present President's colour to the Indian Naval Aviation tomorrow. Shooter Avni Lekhra to be India's flag bearer at closing ceremony of Tokyo Paralympics today. Noida DM Suhas L. Yathiraj bagged silver medal in badminton men's singles at Paralympic Games. And in cricket, Rohit Sharma's century and Chiteshwar Pujara's 61 put India in strong position in 4th test against England. As the nationwide free COVID-19 vaccination campaign at government facilities for those above 18 years is going on, we advise our young listeners to get vaccinated and also help others get vaccinated. We also advise our listeners not to lower their guard as COVID-19 remains a threat to our health. Please stay at home unless it is essential to go out and continue to follow these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask. Maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing. Focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. The historic Kirby Anglong Agreement was signed yesterday in New Delhi in the presence of Union Home Minister Amit Shah and Assam Chief Minister Dr. Himant Biswa Sarma. Speaking on the occasion, Mr. Shah said, Kirby Anglong Agreement will be written in golden words in the history of Kirby region and Assam. He said yesterday around 1,000 cadres of more than 5 organizations have joined the mainstream, shunning arms.
ये दिन असम और कार्बी क्षेत्र के इतिहास में सुवर्णमयी अक्षरों के साथ निश्चित रूप से लिखा जाएगा क्योंकि आज 5 से अधिक संगठनों के लगभग 1000 कैडर ने हथियार डालकर मेन स्ट्रीम में आने की शुरुआत करी है और उनके पुनर्वसन के लिए असम सरकार और भारत सरकार पूर्णतया कटिबद्ध है। जो हथियार छोड़कर आता है उसके साथ आने वाले से भी ज्यादा विनम्रता से बातचीत कर जो वो मांगते हैं उससे भी ज्यादा देकर उनको विकास की मुख्य धारा में समाहित करना। जहां तक कार्बी आंगलोंग का सवाल है, असम सरकार 5 वर्ष में 1000 करोड़ रुपया एक क्षेत्र के विकास के लिए खर्च करेगी।
The Home Minister said it is the policy of Narendra Modi government that it fulfills all the promises made in an agreement during the tenure itself. He said be it Bodoland Agreement, Brew Agreement or NLFT Agreement, the government has met more than 80% of the conditions. He added that in Bodoland Agreement, almost all the conditions have been met. Mr. Shah assured the representatives of the 5 organizations and Assam Chief Minister that the centre will fulfill all the conditions laid out in the agreement within the designated time frame, paving the way for long-lasting peace and development in Kirby Anglong region. He said Modi government is committed to resolve the decades-old crisis and ensure the territorial integrity of Assam. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has topped a global approval rating, leaving behind all contemporary heads of state and heads of government. According to a survey conducted among all adults, Mr. Modi received a stellar approval rating of 70%, while Mexico President Andrés Manuel López Obrador was second with 64%, and Italy Prime Minister Mario Draghi was number 3 with 63%. German Chancellor Angela Merkel ranks 4th with 52% and US President Joe Biden is at number 5 with 48%.
Teachers' Day is being celebrated today. The day is celebrated to mark the birth anniversary of former President and great educationist Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. President Ramnath Kovind has greeted teachers across the country on the occasion. In a message, President said, Teachers' Day is an occasion when we honor the dedicated services of all the teachers who play a leading role in the intellectual and moral development of our children. Mr. Kovind said, in Indian tradition, teachers are placed at the same pedestal as God. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has greeted his entire teaching fraternity, which has always played a pivotal role in nurturing young minds. Mr. Modi said, it is commendable how teachers have innovated and ensured the education journey of students continues in the COVID-19 times. In recognition of valuable contributions of the teachers and to take National Education Policy 2020 a step forward, Shikshak Parv 2021 will commence today on Teachers' Day and will continue till the 17th of this month through virtual mode. Government has targeted to vaccinate more than 2 crore teachers under a special vaccination drive. The progress of vaccination in the state is being monitored by the Department of School Education and Literacy in the Ministry of Education. This will also contribute to decisions pertaining to school reopening. A report.
President Ramnath Kovind will confer national awards to 44 teachers through virtual mode on Teachers' Day today. The national awards to teachers were first instituted in 1958 to recognize excellence and commitment of teachers in shaping the minds as well as future of the youth. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will address the teachers, students, parents and stakeholders associated with education on Tuesday. Prime Minister will launch 5 initiatives of the Department of School Education and Literacy. These are Indian Sign Language Dictionary of 10,000 words, talking books, the audio books for visually impaired, School Quality Assessment and Accreditation Framework of CBSE, NISTA Teachers Training Program for Nipun Bharat, and Vidyanjali Portal for facilitating education volunteers or donors or CSR contributors for school development. The inaugural conclave will be followed by webinars, discussions, and presentations up to 17th of this month, in which the educational practitioners from various schools of the country have been invited to share their experience, learnings, and the roadmap ahead. Anupam Mish, AR News, Delhi.
India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has crossed 68 crore landmark. More than 68 crore 37 lakh 29,000 vaccine doses have been administered till now. The Health Ministry said more than 62 lakh 25,000 vaccine doses were administered yesterday. Till now, healthcare workers have received over 1 crore 88 lakh 30,000 doses. Frontline workers have received more than 3 crore 18 lakh 65 doses. People in the age group of 18 to 44 years have received more than 30 crore 35 lakh doses. People in the age group of 45 to 59 years have received over 19 crore 36 lakh doses, and people over 60 years have got over 13 crore 59 lakh doses. The Union Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting, Dr. L. Murugan, said that around 65 crore doses of COVID vaccines have been administered and 3 crore 36 lakh doses were provided in Tamil Nadu. After reviewing the vaccination process at Chennai yesterday, he said that the Union government is providing a surplus amount of vaccines as required by the state.
In Uttar Pradesh, COVID-19 infection is under control and vaccination is progressing as per the plan. Out of 75 districts, 24 districts in the state have become corona-free as there is no active case.
According to the Health Department, COVID infection-free districts are Aligarh, Amethi, Amroha, Ayodhya, Bagpat, Balia, Banda, Basti, Bijnor, Chitrakoot, Devariya, Fatehpur, Gazipur, Gonda, Hamirpur, Hardoi, Hathras, Lalitpur, Mahoba, Muzaffarnagar, Pilibhit, Rampur, Shamli and Sitapur. In the testing done during the last 24 hours, not a single new case of infection was found in 63 districts. There were a total 250 corona-active patients in the state yesterday. During the last 24 hours, only 26 new patients were confirmed, and in the same period, 15 patients were cured. The number of COVID vaccination in the state has crossed 7 crore 69 lakh 93,000. This is the highest number of vaccination done in any state in country. MS Yadav, AR News, Lucknow.
Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation, BMC, has announced that Mumbai has become the first district to complete 1 crore vaccinations against COVID-19 in the country. According to the data published on the CoWIN portal, Mumbai has administered a total of 1,60,411 vaccine doses till Friday, covering 78% of the adult population with at least one shot. Mumbai has administered 72.74 lakh people with the first dose and 27.86 lakh with the second dose. The city has reported 460 new COVID infections and 4 deaths in the last 24 hours. Maharashtra has created a new record in COVID-19 vaccinations by inoculating more than 12.25 lakh citizens in a single day. It is 17% of total citizens vaccinated in the country yesterday. More from our correspondent.
As per data available on CoWIN portal, yesterday a total of 12,25,541 citizens received COVID-19 vaccine in Maharashtra, out of which 7,81,000 received a first dose and 4,42,000 received the second dose of vaccine. As of now, Maharashtra has given more than 6 crore 27 lakh doses to eligible citizens. A total of 4 crore 55 lakh citizens have received first dose and around 1 crore 72 lakhs have received second dose of COVID-19 vaccine. Maharashtra has the highest number of citizens inoculated with the second dose of vaccine. Jeevan Bhavsar, AI News, Mumbai.
The Kerala government has decided to continue night curfew and lockdown on Sundays across the state amid a surge in COVID-19 infections. The decision was taken at the COVID review meeting held yesterday. 29,682 new virus cases, 25,910 recoveries and 142 deaths were reported in Kerala in the last 24 hours. The Kerala government had on Friday issued an order stating that strict action will be taken against those violating the COVID-19 quarantine and isolation norms. The order also stated that provisions of the Disaster Management Act, Kerala State Epidemic Act and other relevant legal provisions will be invoked. More details from our correspondent.
Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan informed regarding the decision after the COVID review meeting yesterday. Today is a complete lockdown in Kerala with only essential services being permitted. The state also began its next phase of COVID prevention activities with the inception of Be the Barrier campaign. After releasing the campaign logo, Chief Minister said that everyone should be COVID defense fighters. Meanwhile, 29,682 new COVID positive cases were confirmed last day. At present, over 2,40,000 people are undergoing COVID treatment in the state. Mayusha for AR News from Thiruvananthapuram.
The centre has rushed a team of experts to Kerala following the detection of a Nipah virus case in Kozhikode district of the state. The team of experts from the National Centre for Disaster Control, NCDC, will provide technical support to the state. A 12-year-old boy admitted to a hospital in Kozhikode with suspected Nipah virus was declared dead this morning. Kerala Health Minister Veena George is also rushing to Kozhikode to take stock of the situation.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will interact with healthcare workers and beneficiaries of COVID vaccination program in Himachal Pradesh tomorrow morning through video conferencing. Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh Jairam Thakur will be present during the event. Himachal Pradesh has successfully covered its entire eligible population with the first dose of COVID vaccination. You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Centre signs Kirby Anglong Peace Accord in Assam. Home Minister Amit Shah says agreement is another milestone in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of insurgency-free, prosperous North-East. Prime Minister Modi adjudged most popular world leader with 70% approval rating. Teachers' Day being celebrated across the country. Shikshak Parv 2021 to commence today to mark the occasion. COVID vaccination coverage crosses 68 crore landmark in the country. Mumbai becomes first district to administer over 1 crore doses of corona vaccine. Night curfew and Sunday lockdown to continue in Kerala amid surge in COVID cases. Centre rushes expert team to Kerala following detection of Nipah virus case in Kozhikode district. President Ramnath Kovind to arrive in Goa today on a 3-day visit to the state. To present President's colour to Indian Naval Aviation tomorrow. Shooter Avni Lekhra to be India's flag bearer at closing ceremony of Tokyo Paralympics today. Noida DM Suhas El Yathiraj bagged silver medal in badminton men's singles at Paralympic Games. And in cricket, Rohit Sharma's century and Cheteshwar Pujara's 61 put India in strong position in 4th test against England. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Azadi Ka Safar every day with All India Radio from Monday the 16th of August. As part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, News Services Division of All India Radio brings to you the story of glorious struggle and sacrifices of freedom fighters on 100.1 FM Gold channel in the English news bulletins at 8:30 a.m., 2 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the morning news. President Ramnath Kovind will be on a 3-day visit to Goa beginning today. Mr. Kovind will present President's Colour to the Indian Naval Aviation at a function at INS Hansa at Dabolim tomorrow. The President's Colour is the highest honour bestowed on a military unit in recognition of its exceptional service to the nation. During the occasion, a special day cover will be released by the Postal Department. As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events are being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commemorate the occasion as a Jan Utsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The quiz is being conducted every Monday and Tuesday in the morning news and will continue till 15th of August 2022. India Post has joined hands as the logistics partner with All India Radio News for the Amrit Mahotsav quiz. Listeners can send their responses to the question over WhatsApp on 8826546262 or through email on amritmahotsavquiz@gmail.com. One participant will be selected as a winner. The winner will be awarded an e-certificate and a token prize. Celebrate 75 years of India's independence by participating in Amrit Mahotsav quiz with AIR News. And as our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events is being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Let's listen now to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News, Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest movements the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
Today is one of the most important days in Indian freedom struggle. On this day, 1920, the non-cooperation movement was agreed upon against the British rule to demand Swaraj. It was Gandhiji's first pan-India satyagraha, and the movement arose from the widespread outcry in India over the massacre at Jallianwala Bagh at Amritsar in April 1919, when the British-led troops killed several hundred Indians. That anger was also compounded by indignation at the British failure to take adequate action against those responsible, especially General Dyer, who had commanded the troops involved in the massacre. With non-violent methods to be deployed during the Satyagraha, Gandhiji led the movement from the front, during which Indians resigned their titles, boycotted government educational institutions, courts, government service, foreign goods and elections, and refused to pay taxes. The British were perhaps for the first time confronted with such a united Indian front and were visibly shaken. However, a number of violent outbreaks broke the momentum of the non-violent movement. And after an angry mob murdered police officers in Chori Chora in Uttar Pradesh state in February 1922, Gandhiji himself called off the movement.
Even though the non-cooperation movement could not achieve its goal of Swarajya, the movement was a massive encouragement to millions of Indians and marked the transition of Indian nationalism from a middle class to a mass basis. It colored the country with national zeal, as during this time, many Indian schools and colleges were opened and Indian-made goods became highly popular. The great South Indian patriot and freedom fighter, the Tamil helmsman Kapalottiye Tamilian, V.O. Chidambaram Pillai, or VOC, was born on this day in 1872 in Tirunelveli district of Tamil Nadu. Since his young days, he was influenced by Bal Gangadhar Tilak, and along with Subramanian Siva and Subramanya Bharti, he was the prominent spokesperson for the cause of Swadeshi in the Madras Presidency. A renowned advocate, he was one of the earliest to start the Dharma Sangha Nesavuchillai for handloom industry and the Swadeshi stalls for the sale of India-made things to the people. He played a lead role in many institutions like the National Godown, Madras Agro-Industrial Society Limited, and the Desabhiman Sangam. The partition of Bengal in 1905 saw him taking a direct interest in the political struggle.
To challenge the domination of British in the shipping industry, he started the Swadeshi Steam Navigation Company on the 12th of November 1906. He purchased 2 steamships, SS Galia and SS Lao, for the company and commenced regular services between Tuticorin and Colombo. His efforts to widen the base of the Swadeshi movement brought him into increasing conflict with the British Raj, and on 12 March 1908 he was arrested on charges of sedition and his barrister's license was revoked. The court imposed a sentence of 2 life imprisonments. However, VOC stepped out of prison in late December 1912 after a High Court appeal reduced his prison sentence. He died in late 1936 with the passion for freedom still raging in his mind till the last moment. An erudite scholar in Tamil, a prolific writer and a dauntless freedom fighter, his life is a story of resistance, strife, struggle, suffering and sacrifice for the national cause. That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, who is on a visit to Denmark, co-chaired the 4th India-Denmark Joint Commission meeting with Foreign Minister of Denmark, Jeppe Kofod, yesterday. Both ministers noted steady progress in the joint working groups across many sectors. This time during the meeting, health sector was added. Dr. Jaishankar and Mr. Kofod reviewed the joint action plan to follow up on the 2020 virtual summit.
In Afghanistan, about 600 Taliban have been killed in Panjshir as fighting continued in the northeastern province. Afghan resistance forces said more than 1,000 Taliban have been captured or surrendered themselves. Taliban had problems with getting supplies from other Afghan provinces. Taliban offensive against Panjshir resistance forces has also slowed down due to the presence of landmines in the area. In Afghanistan, there is no word yet on the formation of a new government. News agency reports from Kabul, quoting Taliban spokesmen, had earlier suggested a new cabinet was likely to be in place today, with Mullah Abdul Ghani Baradar heading the new regime.
Shooter Avni Lekhra will be India's flag bearer at the closing ceremony of Tokyo Paralympics today. Lekhra has become the first Indian woman to win 2 medals in the same Paralympics, in addition to being the first Indian woman to win gold at the Games. The 19-year-old has won gold in the 10-meter air rifle and bronze in 50-meter rifle 3 position. Indian Paralympic athletes have made the nation proud with their rich haul of medals at the Tokyo Games. India had sent 54 athletes to compete in 9 sports, including archery, athletics, badminton, swimming, weightlifting, among others. Meanwhile, Noida District Magistrate and para-badminton player Suhas El Yatiraj bagged the silver medal at the Tokyo Paralympics. He lost to Lucas Mazur of France in the final of the men's singles event this morning. Lucas won by 15-21, 21-17, 21-15. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has congratulated Gautam Buddha Nagar DM Suhas Yatiraj on winning the silver medal in badminton in Tokyo Paralympics. In a tweet, Mr. Modi termed his victory as a fantastic confluence of service and sports. In cricket, India were 270 for 3 in their second innings on day 3 against England in the fourth test at the Oval when stumps were drawn early yesterday as play was stopped due to bad light. India lead by 171 runs. Skipper Virat Kohli on 22 and Ravindra Jadeja on 9 were at the crease. Rohit Sharma scored impressive 127 runs while Cheteshwar Pujara made 61 and KL Rahul 46.
And now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. Srinagar will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. The temperatures will hover between 15 and 31 degrees Celsius. Jammu, the minimum temperature was 23 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 34 degrees. Leh is expected to have mainly clear sky. Gilgit, the temperatures will hover between 15 and 34 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad will have mainly clear sky. The national capital, Delhi, will have partly cloudy sky with possibility of development of thunder lightning. Mumbai will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Chennai, the temperatures will vary between 25 and 33 degrees Celsius, while Kolkata observed a minimum temperature of 28 degrees and a maximum of around 35 degrees. Hyderabad is to have generally cloudy sky with a few spells of rain or thunder showers. Visakhapatnam observed a minimum temperature of 26 degrees Celsius and a maximum of around 34 degrees. Bengaluru will have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. The temperatures will hover between 21 and 27 degrees Celsius.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. Most newspapers today carry pictures of jubilant sportsperson proving their mettle at the Tokyo Paralympics. Under the caption, New Generation of Champions, the Hindustan Times writes, India's dream run at Paralympics continues with shooting, badminton goals, 2 other medals. As India plans phased reopening of schools, CDC studies call for vaccinating school kids, staff, writes the Economic Times. The Hindu leads with ECI declares BIPOL's ends, Bengal suspends. Commenting on the huge vacancies of judges, quoting the Chief Justice of India, the statesman writes, trying to fill up vacancies in higher judiciary urgently. On the Afghanistan front, the Pioneer reports 17 killed in Taliban celebratory gunfire. Project to impart Indianized doctrine to Army's war thinking. Armed forces may introduce Gita Arthashastra into training soon, states the Asian Age. And finally, with increased recruitments in tech-related support functions, the Financial Express writes, as digital becomes mainstream, startups accelerate hiring process.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Centre signs Kirby Anglong Peace Accord in Assam. Home Minister Amit Shah says agreement is another milestone in Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of insurgency-free, prosperous North-East. Prime Minister Modi adjudged most popular world leader with 70% approval rating. Teachers' Day being celebrated across the country. Shikshak Parv 2021 to commence today to mark the occasion. COVID vaccination coverage crosses 68 crore landmark in the country. Mumbai becomes first district to administer over 1 crore doses of corona vaccine. Night curfew and Sunday lockdown to continue in Kerala amid surge in COVID cases. Centre rushes expert team to Kerala following detection of a Nipah virus case in Kozhikode district. President Ramnath Kovind to arrive in Goa today on a 3-day visit to the state to present President's colour to Indian Naval Aviation tomorrow. Shooter Avni Lekha to be India's flag bearer at the closing ceremony of Tokyo Paralympics today. Noida DM Suhas L. Yatiraj bagged silver medal in badminton men's singles at Paralympic Games. And in cricket, Rohit Sharma's century and Cheteshwar Pujara's 61 put India in strong position in 4th test against England. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsoneir.gov.in. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.